Morning world, welcome to Sunday the 29th of March 2020, and it's still not raining. Brilliant. Bit of a late start for me today, and a little bit of a snooze in, just for a change. Hello boys and girls, hello. Right then. I think I'll sort you out over here. Like, just don't knock me about. You're looking a little bit better this morning. Number one was looking a bit off colour last night, and she has been scaring a bit, so we don't know why, but we'll be keeping an eye on that. So problem I got at the minute is vets are all shut down, only emergency stuff, and if she's scaring, I don't know if I can get the electrolytes for her. Hopefully we can get anything we need. Oh, just chucked milk all down myself. There you go. One at a time, one at a time. There, there, there. Well, that's an improvement. She didn't want to feed at all last night. I was actually quite concerned about her. But sometimes if they're scaring, they just got to go 12 hours or so without milk, let the system clear out, sort of reboot. Oh yeah, I suppose you want yours. Right, you can get on with that. All right, you can have yours. It's cold this morning, it's only about 2 degrees. So I'm gonna let the sun get a bit higher before I put them outside. So mainly because, well, it was because number one was a bit weak, but she looks a lot better this morning. As soon as it warms up, they can go out. They can't have too much because I'll get fat. The lambs will be too big, they'll never get them out. You lot could have a bit more. She's finishing that bottle, right? Well, you can see where the ewes have been out on a bit of grass. I know I'm showing you poo, but shepherds listen, because they've got a bit looser, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's also a different smell to it. So, but a bit of grass will do them a pair of good, helps the milk too. So well, she drank most of her milk. Yeah, all fatty there will finish it off. You feeling a bit better? Hey? Still not 100%. Just the way she's standing. No, a little bit hunched up. Not quite right, are you? We're keeping an eye on you. But you're drinking. That's the main thing. She's drinking. We don't really want to lose you out now, do we? Hey? You got fans. Right, they're raring to go. They've got plenty of grub. This is why we get busy on a Saturday. Do as much as I can on a Saturday, then hopefully Sunday a bit less to do. So it could be a short one today to make up for the long one yesterday. So really pleased to get that grass seed in yesterday. There was talk of a little bit of rain today. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's just going to be cold. But a spot of rain we won't mind. But if it wants to wait until after I put the lime and fertiliser on, that'll also be fine, because that'll just help wash that in a bit. Right, they're okay. So bed's clean enough, plenty of grub. Okay, I'll take those bottles back up and then go do the birds. We can go fight a goose again. Try something big one. Well, can you hear their tummies? As those lambs are moving around now, in their tummies. So they're full. They have, if they so wish, they can go in there. So we've made this little corner for them. There's a little bit of creep feed in there for them, so that if they want to go onto some solids, they can. We've also created this little corner. It's like just a little windproof corner inside the barn that if we get a cold wind, they can get in here and get some shelter. So lambs do not like lying in the wind. So, I reckon we've had a visit in there. If you look at that, that is the telltale signs of Rattus norvegicus, our brown rat. He'll be in there after that. We don't want them. We really don't want them. Okay, so sort these out. Back at those. Come on. It is cold, but she might be getting her coat off today. Could be the most exciting thing on today's video is Biskit getting her coat off. Whether Biskit would agree with me? So this thing's pretty serious. You know, I think a lot of us didn't take COVID-19 that seriously when it was over in China. I'll hold my hand up and say I'm guilty of that as well. I didn't think it was as bad as it has been. I mean, there's a lot of people have lost their lives right now. It's not a good thing. I think the world needs to learn a few lessons. I think the world will learn a few lessons. So that even the high, mighty and powerful cannot escape a tiny little bug. And I don't think it really matters how much money you throw at it. It's down to people doing the right thing and being sensible. People aren't good at that. People are used to doing what they want, when they want, and the devil may care. We're going to have to change our attitude to a lot of things. I think this is quite likely going to have major implications and major changes to attitudes to life and living in the world. Hopefully most of them for the better. Hopefully. I say that a lot, don't I? Hopefully. So I've just been sat in the house having my cup of tea, and on various farming forums, comments have come up about farmers shutting footpaths and banning walkers and blah blah blah, stuff like that. The problem is people have got to have their exercise, and the farmers want folks to support them. and there's going to be a little bit of argy-bargy going there, but there is two sides to every coin. So I'll just go to this from the farmer side. We've got a footpath that runs through the farm, and to use this footpath, I mean, we have actually asked people nicely not to use our footpath. And the reason is, one, it runs down the side of my garden, so that is my garden in there. I use this gate. I use all the gates around here, in and out. Somebody walking in and out here has to open that gate and close it. So they got their hand on there, they got their hand on here or whatever, and on that gate, and then on the kissing gate down there they got to open that, and then on the kissing gate at the bottom. And those are gates that I can't just leave open. They're kissing gates, or they've got to go over the stile, or they've got to go over the bridge. So wherever you're going, you're laying your hands on stuff. The country needs the farmers. You all agree to that? Everybody knows the country needs the farmers. We don't want the farmers going down with this thing. At the moment, we are managing to fairly well self-isolate ourselves because that's the nature of the business. But all of a sudden, we've got lots of people using footpaths. The potential of your farmers going down with this and getting put out of action is higher because you're using the footpaths. So there are lots of places to walk where you don't have to touch anything. Okay, maybe yes, I could open these gates and leave them open. The problem with that, if I did that, my geese would be out on the road. So do I shut my geese in so you can use the footpaths? Is that fair on them? It's all a bit of a yin and yang. I think we've all got to manage a little bit of give and take here. We've asked people not to use the footpath. I haven't closed it, we've just asked people not to. And at the moment, pretty much all my neighbours and everybody else has respected that, and I'm really, really grateful for that. But everywhere else in the country, if you're out walking your dog, if you have to open and close gates and such like, just think, you know, you can't go around with a disinfectant rag. Well, I suppose you could, and wipe down every gate, but not everyone's going to do that. Corvid virus does not travel. People travel, okay? Corvid virus is not going to spread itself. We have to do it for it. So just think about it. If you can go for a walk somewhere and you haven't got to touch anything, keep your hands in your pockets, fine. Second, you've got to open gates, get over stiles and that, not so good. Anyway, again, just my 10 pence. Well, that was perfectly timed. I didn't put it on video because we just had a couple coming down the drive to walk the footpath. And I explained to them why we put the signs up and asking people not to use it. And once I'd explained it to them, perfectly reasonable. They were quite happy to understand. And like I said, there is an alternative route to the path they want to take through here. But it does mean a little bit of road work, about, I don't know, a quarter of a mile on the road. But the roads are so quiet now, it's not quite so bad. So there is an alternative. There's always an alternative. So let's all work together. Let's not fall out. Let's all get through this as friends. So I've come back over to the other farm just to have a look at the wheat again. I seem to be doing this quite regularly. Lots of patches in the rows. I mean, from down there, it doesn't look too bad. From up here, there is quite a lot of gap. I know they oversowed. They, I can't remember what rate they put on, but I know it was upped to allow for the wet and the weather, but it's thinner than I'd like. Plants are still very young. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully when it gets going, we'll have a few more shoots on it. I'd like to see 4 heads on there if we can. Most of these only got 3. Yeah, it's a real bummer about the barn. For the want of somebody just to come and watch us dig a hole. Come on. That could put a delay on us for weeks, perhaps even months. The only thing is, we can't delay that growing, not that we want to anyway. So yeah, I think that's gonna put a bit of strain on stuff. It's only March and I'm already looking forward to the end of this year. On a slightly more positive vein, I have to thank our lucky stars that we actually have any wheat at all. There are plenty of folks out there never got anything tilled. I mean, there's areas around here still got the maize stalks from last year. Excuse the wind, hopefully my sock on the microphone's helping. But yeah, there's maize stalks still around from last year because the ground's still too wet in some places to actually get out and till it. That's cold. Right, go and look at some more. That is a cold wind, ain't gonna grow in this. I don't really want to look at it anymore, it's a bit disappointing. I reckon, looking at that, half of it's germinated, shot. I'm kind of hoping there's some stuff left in the ground that might, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. Still, like I said, better than nothing. Well, the car says 6 degrees. My wickers say freezing, or maybe 1 degree. That's what they call wind chill. Right, I'm gonna go and have a cup of tea. Yeah, wander around the corner again. Maybe I was hoping it looked better today than it did yesterday. No, it's going to be what it's going to be. We're going to crop what we're going to get, and hopefully it'll be enough to cover the expenses and make a fiver. We'll see. Right, you ready? Ready? She's ready. What? What? You trying to tell me something? Hmm? Is there something you want? A rough? What do you want? Hmm? What do you want? Is what you want in there? Is that what you want? Biskit? Is it in there? You have to ask me nicely. Say please. Know your manners. Oh, all right. Giving me the look. You're not eating them on my hat. That's it. That's your lot. Don't say I never give you anything. Right, home.